So the third question here is, what are the money skills and mindsets I should have as a teenager desiring to grow my money and grow it in the right way?
All right, awesome. So the first skill a teenager should have is budgeting. Because you see, I know when we talk about budgeting, it becomes very tricky because people don't like the whole mathematics behind it, or when you're looking at the budget and probably it's not budgeting. You get a bit tired and you're like, oh no, budget should just sit down, let me just spend this money well. But guess what? When you study people who are rich and wealthy, they always manage their money wisely and they use budgets very well. Right? So when we talk about budgeting, it's simply just telling your money where to go. Right? So you have your income, no matter how small. And guess what? No matter how small, sometimes it's like until I'm earning 100,000, 150,000, that's when I should budget. No, even if it's 10,000 naira, take a piece of paper. This is my income. This is what I got from my parents. This is what I got from my guardian. This one is going to my feeding. This one is going to my, my toiletries, my transportation. And then this one is the one I'm going to save. Okay. So first skill, budgeting. You must learn how to budget, and you don't have to complicate it. You just take a piece of paper and you record. Thank God for fintechs and thank God for smartphones, right? A lot of teenagers have smartphones now. So you can just take a notepad on your phone and just type your income, type your expenses, and then set out a certain portion for savings.
Instead of income, let's be using pocket money so that.
Okay, pocket money. When I mean income, I'm talking about all the money you receive, like the free gifts, an uncle visits, an auntie visits, your parents send you money, all those things. It won't continue like that. Oh, when you are done with school, you'll be the one to start sending to your younger ones and those that are coming behind you. So as early as possible, you start to plan that finance. So you first of all learn how to budget, and then the second one is savings. Now, as a teenager, if you understand how to budget, you naturally become disciplined with money. So when money comes into your hands, you already know where the money is going to. You know how much is going to savings, you know how much is going to spending, you know how much is going to buy sweets and all those things. And then you now know how much to save. Now, this is the magic. When you start to save, forget about what their inflation obviously doesn't concern you. Once you can save diligently, every month, this is the money that is going to savings from my pocket money. And I'm going to save it. It can even be a susu box. You don't have to even put it in any bank. You can have a susu box, you can have your small savings box at home, or if you can use fintech applications, you can just put in an amount of money to your savings, and you start to do that diligently. Every month, 2,000 naira is going into this savings. I'm not going to touch it. I don't even know what I'm going to use it for. But for now, I'm going to save it because I know that sometime in the future, I'm going to need this money. And just to also add, every teenager has one asset called time, right? I'm in my early 30s. And if I were a teenager, I would have extra probably 10 years to save before I get to this age. But guess what? You are a teenager now. And if you leverage the next 10 years to save diligently, imagine saving 2,000 naira every month for the next 10 years. Imagine how much that would be. So it's just about being intentional with your budgeting and then your savings. If you can build those two skills, the rest is going to come naturally.
All right. Thank you, sir. I hope we're learning. So the first question I have here says, sir, I'm an undergraduate and the money I get from monthly upkeep is barely enough to last me the month and I end up borrowing. How do I manage my funds and do my budget effectively?
I think when we even talk about something being barely enough, we have to ask ourselves, what are we really talking about? The problem I have noticed with some teenagers is that we are focused too much on social media. So when you go to social media, you see a lot of people, putting up shiny pictures, snapping behind Mercedes Benz. You see a 14-year, 15-year-old already driving a Mercedes Benz, and he becomes the standard for a teenager. But that is wrong. Most of those people, they don't even have the money that they are displaying. There's something called lifestyle marketing. People just market their lifestyle to make you think that they have money so that you can buy into what they are selling to you. So you need to take your mind off social media and the flashy stuff you're seeing, right? And ask yourself, this is my my pocket money, or maybe 20,000, 10,000 is what I get every month from my pocket money, right? What can I do with it? And at every level, you'll be able to manage it. So if you are thinking that you're earning enough at this stage as an undergraduate, Maybe number one, it's because you are being carried away by the distractions of social media. Your friends, peer pressure, everybody's going to go and buy the latest wristwatch, and you feel like your little Aboki wristwatch is not telling the time. So let me go and compete. Let me go and match up. Now that is where you're getting it wrong, right? And then the second thing is where teenagers like to live above their means, right? There is nobody who wants to build wealth. Even Jesus said it. When you want to build a house, you sit down and count the cost. So you want to build your finances, you want to build your wealth, you have to sit down and ask yourself, how much do I have now? How many years do I have? And then you live around your means. You cannot be living like somebody who is earning 50,000 when all your pocket money joined together plus business and everything is 30,000 naira. And guess what? You don't have no business going to supermarket to go and buy things that you cannot price, when you can go to the open market to go and buy things that you can price. So you see, it's just a mindset issue. Your peer pressure, you need to be very careful about. You need to watch it. And then secondly, social media, the spirit of competition. You need to understand the level you are in. And then trust me, no matter how little it is, no matter how mighty your widows might be, you will still be able to manage it. And trust me, the Bible says that he that is faithful in the little will naturally be faithful over much. So as you are being very careful with your little, you are drowning out the noise from social media, from your peers, from the pressure online, the shiny objects. You are managing your one shoe. I wore one trouser, by the way, when I was a teenager. One suit for close to a year. And nobody cares. Right now, when I look back at it, it's like fun, because I'm like, wow, God has really helped me. So this is your training season. This is your season of making. So manage the little you have. So if you think you're not earning enough, maybe it's because you are looking out the window, looking at somebody who is trying to market their lifestyle, or just compare yourself with others. And we know what the Bible says about those that compare themselves with others.
Yeah, wise. So basically, with what you have, work with what you have.
Yes.
Don't try to live above your means. Let's go to the next question, guys. Since I left secondary school, I have been trying different things to make money, but I don't make as much money as I want. What do I do?